If you don't want to be held to a high standard, this is not the place for you. If you don't want to win championships, this is not the place for you. If you don't want to work hard, this is not the place for you. This is so fitting that this is where we have the first team meeting, because this is where it all starts.
We've said a lot as a team that the best players work the hardest, and I think just in the weight room, you can see as a team just the culture. There's nobody skipping reps. Everybody's excited about being in there.
The weight room, you're there the most at any place, and you really see how people operate in an environment like that. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna push your limits, because that's what it is. In order to get your body where you want to be, you have to push to limits that's never done before. Myself, I'm not a super vocal leader. I'll say stuff every now and then, but I feel like what I do should speak to what others should do. Weight room, on the field running, good conditioning, I feel like that's kind of where that leadership is kind of forged.
This is a democracy football team. It's not a monarch, It's not just one person saying everything and then everybody's listening. It's Costa Lovin's gonna say something, you listen. Will Johnson says something, you listen. Mason KG says something, you listen. Alex Orji says something, you listen. That's what this thing has been all about. And I realized that my freshman year, and the guys, the leaders have been doing a great job of, being vocal. That's what makes this place so special, man, is we truly, genuinely care for one another. And if we see something, we're going to say something.
Especially on the O-line, they led through friendship. Everyone was boys, you know what I'm saying? Everyone was cool.
I feel like I'm not dressed appropriately for this. Now let's go left. Let's hit left real quick. Let's hit left.
This is drawn by Picasso. Yeah, he took a lot of inspiration from African sculptures and stuff with the noses, because they weren't as what do you call it, bound to okay, it's how a nose looks, it's how a mouth looks. You know what I'm saying? They kind of were more free with how they expressed the facial expressions on their sculptures, and he took a lot of the inspiration on his faces from that. There's only a few things in life that bring people together, and football, sports is one. People it's a melting pot. We have people from all across the country, different backgrounds, all together working for one goal. Art is similar. You can have people in a group looking at the same piece, and they all see it differently, but they can discuss and kind of come together on what they agree, disagree about it. It's a discussion point.
It says the artist was one of the founding members of the University Department of Afro-American and Afro Studies. Hey, that's my major.
When I look at art, I look at how it was made. I'll look at brush strokes and stuff, because I make art myself. They were looking at it more concept-wise, and I was oh, that's kind of cool way to look at it. Versus I'm looking at it, I'm okay, composition, shadow.
I think the painting is doing what it wants you to do. You have no idea what it's talking about, but you're talking about it. You never know, Miles. We could be looking at one of your paintings like this.
This is the drawing I was showing you when we were in the museum. Hold on, get better lighting again. Graphite. Yeah, this is just regular graphite, and this is color pencil. There's no one definite way to do art. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has their own a way of doing stuff. So I feel also translate to football. There's no one definite way to get the job done. Every team has their own identity. Every person has their own way to get the job done. Give and takes, but at the end of the day, the result is the result. If someone wants to do something a certain way, there's no telling what if you said something right or wrong.
This is an image of my brain during fall training camp.
This is week 2 fall training camp.
This practice 15.
I think this team's special bond is built in many different ways. It's built on the field.
You need us to know, man.
It's built off the field with the love that they have in the locker room.
It really is a true brotherhood. When you go and, I took a moment the other day, I was watching practice. It was the end of practice. I walked around to the different position groups, and you couldn't find just one position group together. Offense mixes with other offensive players, but defensive and offense mixed together. When you have that, you have a true team, and you can see yourself being very successful.
What time of game is this?
You asking me? I've never been to a baseball game. I told you that. DT, brother.
Hey,
I like that idea.
how special do you have to be mic'd up?
Bro, I just talk a lot. If I get a good one, it's probably in the street. It's over the Chevy sign for sure. If I get some look, boom! And I'm flipping it back, and I'm jogging around like this. The show whenever. ABC. Say word, what? You good? P.S. Yeah, this feel right.
History's not on the line. If you did I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, thank you.
Skipper? Grounder, bro? It's windy, though. That's a strike now. Gotta rip a strike now.
How you doing?
How you doing, Alex Orji?
Nice to meet you. That was a good throw.
It's good, appreciate it.
He's a quarterback. Look at me, look at me.
Hit that. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Man, let me chill. Let me chill. But they all be looking good, though, right? They all be looking good, right?
The joy for me, for our players, we had 18 guys going to the combine, and we're going to have a lot of them drafted, and probably 20-something in NFL camps. It's a stupendous joy for me because, one, it just shows you the development of our university and what our players and coaches have done here and how they're developed on and off the field. But also for me, I've watched all these guys from freshmen to seniors. So I've seen them grow, I've seen them, talk about their dreams and what they want their dreams to be, and to watch them accomplish their goals and dreams is going to be nothing short of amazing for me. Bond and the family mentality comes together throughout this whole season, whether it's the winter conditioning, then spraying, even the time off that they have in May. I think that the time that those guys spend together in May is huge, and then obviously in the summer when they're really grinding, getting into that fall camp shape, they really build that callus and that camaraderie, and obviously fall camp bonds it all together with that last piece to get your team where it wants to be.